Hi, today we're going to take a look at the properties of rectangles and using algebra to help prove that it is in fact a rectangle. So we have a few rules to say that we have a rectangle. A rectangle has four right angles. A rectangle has opposite sides that are both parallel and congruent to each other. Opposite angles are congruent to each other. Consecutive angles are supplementary, or they add up to 180. When we have diagonals, they end up bisecting each other, even if pictures don't necessarily look like they do. And our diagonals are congruent to each other. They're the exact same length, same size. So using that knowledge, we're going to kind of take what we have here and find out what is x, what is y. So knowing what we have, AE and BD. So AE is just 3x minus 5. That's just this small little portion here from there to there. BD is this whole section, 5x plus 1, from there to there. I need to set up an equation here. I need something to kind of say that these are the same. Well, if both diagonals are supposed to be the same length, I have the whole length, which is 5x plus 1, and then only half over here. That means that this side also has to be the same as that half. 3x minus 5. So now we can set up an equation. We can say our 5x plus 1 is the same as 3x minus 5 and 3x minus 5, because we have two of these. We have 1/2 versus the whole. Now let's just use our combining like terms, inverse operations, and simplify here. So 5x plus 1, bring that right down. 3x and 3x gives us 6x, -5, -5, -10. And now let's start moving things left and right. Minus 5x, giving us 1x, add 10, leaving us with 11. And we can just say x equals 11. So there's your x. Now let's take a look at the angles. We know that angle ABD, so we're talking that right there is a measure of 2y plus 1. And then we have angle ADB. ADB, which is 7y plus 5. Okay, let's talk about rectangle angles. So in a rectangle, we're going to have four right angles. Each angle is going to be 90 degrees, but we have a partial and a partial over here. Okay, so if we go backwards to some of the first things that we learned in geometry, when we have parallel lines, and then a third line that cuts through them, we call that a transversal. And we know that alternate interior angles are going to be the same. So I kind of have like this Z shape here, my parallel lines on the top and the bottom with the line in the middle that cuts in half. This angle and this angle are going to be the same because we have alternate interior angles. So if this and this are the same, I know that this angle right here also has to be 2y plus 1. So now I'm looking at this. And what do we know about all four angles in the corners of a rectangle? They all have to be 90 degrees. They all have to be right angles. So this and this both add up to 90 degrees. There's your last equation. So we're going to say 7y plus 5 plus 2y plus 1 equals 90 degrees. Let's combine like terms. Let's simplify. 7 and 2 gives us 9y. 5 and 1 gives us 6. We're going to say minus 6, 9y equals 84. Let's divide both sides by 9. Y ends up being, I don't know, 9.49. So we're going to say about 4, 5. I'm guessing on the last part here. But y is going to be a little bigger than 9. And that's using algebra to find along with properties of rectangles.